So out of all my unboxings, I think I'm the most excited for the Flip 5 because it has the biggest difference in design. I really do like the Fold 5, the Galaxy Watch 6, and the Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra, but like I said, as far as design changes goes, the Flip 5 has the biggest. So this is not going to be a review video, this is going to be purely just an unboxing. We're going to take a look at the brand new design, some of the features of the phone, and I'm going to let you know what I think about it. I'd also recommend you get a screen protector on the outer portion of the screen as soon as you can, because I'm already seeing reports of people that have only had the Flip for a couple days that have micro scratches on the outer screen already. Now, just to let you know, I will be doing a best and worst cases and screen protector video for the Flip 5, so if you're not subscribed, definitely make sure you do so you know when that video comes out. So let's get started. So you do get a USB Type-C to USB Type-C charging cable, as well as your SIM card tray ejector tool. Here is the phone, and that's pretty much it, what you get inside the box. And there is your Flip 5. So it does look like it has a shiny glass back, unlike the Flip 4. This also does have wireless power sharing as well. On the side here, we have our power button that does have the fingerprint sensor built in with our volume buttons. On the bottom, we have our USB Type-C with 2 microphones and a speaker. On the opposite side, we have our 5G antenna with our SIM card tray. And on the top, we have 1 microphone. Feels really nice in the hand. Now let's go over some of the specs really quick. Now this phone does have a 3700 milliamp hour battery. Again, like I said, it does have wireless power share capabilities. This particular model is the 512 gigabyte. It's got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 mobile CPU. It comes with 8 gigs of RAM. It is, of course, 5G compatible. On the front here, we have a 10 megapixel camera. And on the rear, we have a 12 megapixel wide and 12 megapixel ultra wide camera with the 10 times digital zoom. The aperture on the wide is f1.8 and the aperture on the ultra wide is f2.2. And on the front camera, it's got a f2.2 aperture as well. The inner display is a 6.7 dynamic OLED 2x Infinity Flex display that is Full HD+. It's got 120 Hz adaptive refresh rate. It's got a 425 ppi with 1750 nits of brightness. And on the back, we have a 3.4 Super AMOLED display that's 748 by 720 with a 60 Hz refresh rate and 306 ppi with 1600 nits of brightness. So now let's fold it up for the very first time. Very easy to fold and unfold. It feels pretty much just like last year's Fold 4 does. As you can see, there is a crease, but when you're looking at it dead on, you really won't notice that crease, especially when the screen is on. Now, this does also come with a pre-installed screen protector that I probably would not take off unless it gets scratched up. Let's see if this folds flat just like the Fold 5. And it seems like it does, so that new hinge is also on the Flip 5 as well. It looks like the back glass is also already a fingerprint magnet. I like the matte glass that they had on last year's model. What do you guys like better, the matte or the gloss? And it looks like the front screen is also a fingerprint magnet as well. Folding the Flip 5 is not like folding the Fold 5. There is some resistance when I closed the Fold, but the Flip seems to be pretty easy opening and closing. There doesn't seem to be that same resistance. So let's turn the phone on for the very first time. As far as the inner screen goes, it does also seem to pick up fingerprints pretty good, but you should be able to just very easily wipe those away. And yes, you can. So let me set up the phone really quick. Now, while I was setting up the phone, it said that it contained magnets, and I have this magnet film here, so let's see where the magnets are inside this phone. So it looks like there's some right at the top of the phone and also down at the bottom as well. So let's flip it over and we'll see if there's the same thing. And if there's some in the top And as you can see, there's some down at the bottom as well. Okay, so here's the phone with the brightness turned all the way up. Let's go into our settings here, go into our display. As you can see, it does have that motion smoothness that you can turn off and on. Right now it is set to on, so we are experiencing the 120 Hz refresh. Seems very smooth. Let's go into our wallpaper and see about changing the wallpaper on the front of the phone. Lock and home screen. I didn't see anything about changing the wallpaper on the front of the phone. Here we go. Here's our cover screen option. You can change our widgets. We have all our widgets here. You can turn the ones you want on and off. Cover screen timeout. Show notifications. Turn the screen on for notifications. Quick responses. See, we can add new. Here's where you change the wallpapers for the outer portion of the display. It's pretty cool. And that's what it's going to look like. You can change the clock. Show battery icon, definitely. All right, so that's cool. Manage. You can manage the different screens that show up. So now let's put in our fingerprints and our facial recognition and see how well that works. Now you can also opt to go right to the home screen instead of having the phone unlock and you swiping, and that's in your face recognition settings. Just uncheck stay on lock screen until swipe. Now I'll put in our fingerprints. All right, so now let's test those out really quick. Very nice. Yeah, working perfectly. So that was the fingerprint. Now let's test out our facial recognition. Pretty quick. So both the fingerprint sensor and the facial recognition seem to be working pretty good. Let's check out some other settings in here. So here, as I said, this is the 512 gigabyte version. We have 8 gigs of RAM. Let's take a look at our battery. And as you can see, it's a 3700 milliamp hour battery. Is there a software update? No. So the phone comes with the latest software. So now let's take a look at the camera. So here is the rear camera. Now the other nice thing about these flip phones is the fact that you can use the outer camera as a selfie. All you need to do is push that little button right there, turn the phone over, and you can see yourself with the main cameras to take better quality selfies. So here is our zoom. Again, we have up to a 10 times zoom. Seems to be working pretty good. Then for our videos, we have Ultra HD at 60 frames per second, UHD at 30 frames per second, FHD at 60 frames per second, Full HD at 30, and HD at 30 as well. And for the selfie cam, we have Ultra High Definition 60 and 30, Full High Definition at 60 and 30, and HD at 30. Front camera looks pretty good. It's noticeably not as good as the rear cameras. It kind of looks a little hazy. Not sure what that's about, but it is what it is. So let's test out the speakers really quick. And here's my Fold video that I just put out yesterday. And I'm also going to be putting out a best and worst cases and screen protector video for the Fold 5. So if you're not subscribed, definitely. So that looks pretty good. You can also zoom in to kind of fill in more of the phone. Speakers are pretty loud. I definitely think that you're going to be able to use those in pretty much any situation within reason. Even in maybe some crowded environments, so not bad at all. Picture quality also looks really good. So now let's check out the front screen. All right, so here is that front screen. As you can see, you can change the different designs that we have inside. As you can see, we can change the different designs. Oh my God. As you can see, we can change to those different designs. Here's your notifications. Here's at full brightness. That looks pretty bright. The picture quality, even though it's not 1080p, it still does look pretty good, so not bad at all. And then you can also access your camera really quick by swiping this little camera button in the right-hand side. Very cool. Swipe up to go back. You can also get rid of the widgets or add some. Let's see what we got here. Does it rotate? it doesn't look like it. So it only stays in this one orientation. And it does seem to get pretty bright. And if you go into the Samsung Labs section, you can also allow apps on the cover screen as well, such as YouTube, Netflix, and text messages. So here we are on our front screen. If you swipe all the way over to the right, you'll see a page that has our apps that we can open up on this cover. Let's open up YouTube. As you can see, everything is pretty much squished down, but you can still see it. Let's play my video. Or the Fold 5. So if you're not subscribed, definitely make sure you do so you know when that video comes out. So there's the video playing on the screen. Let's see if we can zoom in, and you can. So if you want to watch smaller YouTube videos, you can do it on the cover. That's pretty funny. Let's go into the settings. Let's see what the max quality we can do. And it looks like 2160, although it's not going to show the 2160 quality because the screen can't do that much. But picture quality isn't that bad at that small of a size. Heavier than last year. Everything seems to be working the same way that it would normally in the phone. So that's pretty cool. Let's look at our messages. So that's what the text message looks like. See how easy it is to type. Not too bad. The keyboard is definitely a lot smaller, but you can still type. And if you really needed to, you can always use your voice as well. How's your day going today? Works pretty good. And then here we have our Google Maps. Look at how small that is. That's insane. But it still works. Nice and smooth, looks pretty good. Not bad. It is usable. Of course, you'd want to open up the phone to use these kind of apps, but it's cool that you can actually do this. And it also does have that always on display. Now, if you want to use your wireless power share, you will have to turn it on every time you want to use it. It doesn't just stay on, which is nice because it would drain your battery. So you can go into your quick settings and you can add it. Then you can turn it on. It's going to use the bottom portion of your phone to charge, so you can simply keep it open and just flip it over, or you can close it up. And I'll put my Galaxy Buds on the back of the phone. As you can see, it starts to charge. Very cool. So you can charge up a phone or pretty much anything that uses Qi wireless charging with your phone. The phone does seem nice and smooth, it's very snappy, and the screen is absolutely beautiful looking. And this also does have wireless charging capabilities as well. And if you happen to have a 25-watt charger, you can take advantage of those super fast charging speeds. Now I'm definitely digging this much bigger screen than what was on the Flip 4. It's definitely more usable, but because it is bigger, it's also susceptible to scratches and damage. So I would definitely recommend putting a screen protector on here as fast as possible. And like I said before, I will be doing a best and worst cases and screen protector video to show you a whole wide range of different screen protectors and cases for the Flip 5. So if you're not subscribed, definitely make sure you do so you know when that video comes out. So whether you happen to have a Flip 4 or you're in the market for a new Flip foldable, I would definitely recommend getting the Flip 5 because of this new upgraded screen. It's very cool, it works really well, and this phone is really nice. And I will be putting a link in the video description for this phone as well in case you guys want to pick it up. So that's pretty much it for the unboxing and feature overview for the brand new Galaxy Flip 5. If you guys enjoyed the video, it would really help out the channel if you give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.